Hello and welcome to my fire signs. Tonight we will be reading for Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. And as I said in my last video with the air signs, there's been something just of an excitement around fire signs today. And, I think I'm a little bit partial being a Leo sun, and I have a few other favorite Leo moon, Leo sun people out there. So, yeah, I'm excited to read for you guys. So please, if you are a sun, moon, ascendant, rising, I think you guys call it outside the world, or your Cancer sign, your Venus sign is in fire, have a look onto this video as well. Excuse my words, I'm very, very tired, not sleeping much with all this crazy energy around. So much happening around this side of the world down here in Australia at the moment too. So yeah, let's start out by looking into Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So this is about giving meaning. So with my Sag, I love it because they're the only ones that have a weapon. They're the only kind of like warrior weapon ones that we have out there. So it's ruled by Jupiter. So they are about big growth, expansion, but also like that meaning side of things. So let's have a look into Sagittarius. And yeah, please also share if there is any other fire signs, Sag, Leo, or Aries that you know of that would also be liking this. I hate Phil. Lovely to see you here too. And we're just going to have a look first of all into Sag. And I'm getting third eye activation for some Sages at the moment. It's like that tetrahedron around the psychic senses is being lit up. So I'm actually seeing it going from being sort of like a little spot to a gateway. And then I'm seeing this full kind of like tetrahedron. The funny thing is I'm talking about it. Hey, John, lovely to see you here again too. So yeah, I'm seeing this tetrahedron, but I'm getting an echo. And this is trippy. This is where like I wish that I could actually show you guys and teleport like the visions that I get. So what they were showing me is fractal. So I'm actually seeing the flat kind of like, I guess, triangle type shape that I'm seeing it come into like more of a tetrahedron. Then it goes out into all these like multiple dimensions. So for my Sagittarius at the moment, I am also seeing like that you guys are starting to have a lot of third eye activations. And I would say this is the Kundalini fire energy too. So as we do with all of the other ones, let's start by feeling into these cards and have a look into what is coming up this week. So yeah, I just keep going to third eye and I keep hearing spirit say fire. The other thing that I'm seeing is really interesting is a vision of fire, and I keep seeing water kind of like lap, like waves trying to lap to put the fire out. You guys are just burning brighter and harder. So if there's any emotions that are testing you guys, this might also be a sign to keep sort of like powering through. And John, I see that you're Sagittarius rising at 22. Let's have a look. What else we have? Okay, so yeah, I just keep getting this vision very strong. What's interesting is the clairvoyant side of things is very, very strong for Sag at the moment. We had with Gemini, I think it was, it was Libra, I think, clairaudience coming in. So there's a few, 22 degrees, so specific from the center of the galaxy. Oh, that's cool. Master number as well. So let's have a look. And please remember to like, share, subscribe. You'll see me pop the little ticketer up too that will give you guys 10% off for my private readings where we do dive in one-on-one and have like a real in-depth look in what's going on for you guys. So let's flip these over. And this is exactly what we were talking about. Look at this fire that is coming out of this Ace of Wands, third eye energy that's opening up. So I would say the crumble and the fall, you guys, like, you might be feeling this because we do have these cards hitting pretty heavy, but at the same time, you're also going through a psychic activation. So I would say be careful sensitivity wise, because you might be feeling this chaos quite strong. And with you guys, like always looking for the meaning in things too, just be careful that you're not holding too much in that. And also with this, you guys know I quite often will be drawn to reading this little Hebrew glyph here called Peh, P-E-H, and we see there's Mars kind of energy with this. So with the P-E-H side of things, this represents that our words are as precious as gold. So making sure that you don't sort of waste them, you're not spilling them, really be kind of like constructive and conservative when it comes to your energy. Now they're getting me to get clarifying cards within the same deck, which they haven't done for any of the other signs. Usually they've shifted into the other one. So we've got Knight of Discs, the card of oppression. We've had that come up for a few of the signs, and Prince of Wands. So I do feel like it is you guys trying to make movement forward. I always get this sort of tired Knight of Disc energy with this card. We can see there's hope on the horizon and there's still like a long journey ahead. But just be careful not to be weighed down by this oppression energy. With the Knight of Wands too, it is moving forward more from leadership, from heart space. We also see this Phoenix energy with this too. So, you know, this is wands, this is fire that we've got come up through several of these cards. And even Tower card, we see that there's a lot of fire coming up too. So just being careful to detox and nourish yourself emotionally. Let's see if there's any kind of theme coming up in regards to areas of life, because I do feel this is about psychic activation. It is. The Hierophant and the Hermit. You guys are going through huge spiritual growth right now. So a lot of psychic activation, and some of you guys might be ignoring it. So this might be the message that you need to actually come into that higher awakening. Don't ignore the messages that Spirit is trying to give you, because it's easy to look and focus just on the 3D. Definitely open up to the 4G. What is it that is happening around you? What is it that is trying to come in? And remember, because we had clairvoyance right at the start with this too. So it is also like, what are the visions? What are your dreams speaking to you? What are you seeing? Because clairvoyance is also about seeing signs and symbols and numbers and things in your waking every day, you know, beta kind of alpha state. So slip deeper into, you know, delta and gamma to get the deeper messages. Yeah. Also making sure that you're giving yourself enough love and kind of working on self-development at the moment feels like a big one. But Ace of Cups, some of you might also be opening up to new love. Things that once served you might not be serving you anymore. Could be why we've got a little bit of a Tower moment. And we also have the Chariot. So some of you guys could be moving in the direction of new love. Let's have a look into some other cards. I'll just see where they want me to go. Star Tarot. The other thing I'm getting is I just saw my crystal just standing out the corner of my eyes, and I was seeing this kind of action happen. So there might be cutting some karmic threads and some old agreements and different things like that. Oh, cool. And John said that I'm having so much fun with your psychic abilities coming in. That's cool. So let's pick from the Star Tarot, and we're getting a few cards here. Okay. Oh, 4 cards. 5 cards. Okay, flipping this over. Similar message. Oh, you guys, I love this. I love this for you. What's interesting is the oppression card came up again, 10 of Wands. So really, like with this, we see that both these oppression cards, it's holding strong right in the center, no matter what things are getting thrown at you. And we see it's Saturn, and you guys are showing up in your own reading, Sagittarius. So use that beautiful exalted Sag energy where you give meaning to things. Now, this is also not about putting out spot fires. This is really about bringing everything into the here and now, because you guys are backed by Jupiter. So, you know, when you think about Jupiter versus Saturn doesn't stand a chance when we smash it with this Jupiter energy, which is all that growth, expansion, and abundance that we see come up with this. So we have 3 of Wands, the Ace of Cups. So things that are more kind of like in alignment with your psychic side of things. And thank you to those that are just joining us. Lovely to have you guys here. So we've got Nani, hopefully I'm saying your name right, and Poppy. Hello, my beautiful Poppy. So lovely to see you here. I was thinking of you the other day. So yeah, Three of Wands with Ace of Cups. We see that this is really you guys getting to know yourself on a deeper level, getting to know your gifts and talents. Things that were once hidden are starting to really like activate and come in. And we're seeing you even step into leadership. So really important to be in that heart space to download those meanings and messages. And with Seven of Wands too, for me, this is a card of valor, a card of strength. And we also have Ace of Swords. So this is channeling for me. When we have this come up, it's about speaking your truth, being in alignment with source. Thank you, Phil. You too. Hope you have a gorgeous night. I know it's later over there in NZ. What we can see too is this crown chakra opening up. And look at this. Almost looks like a bit of a dome, doesn't it? And we see the clouds parting. For me, it's when we're in this space of the heart that the sword, the higher mind, really kind of steps in. Oh, and thank you, John, for reminding everyone. Lovely for you to remind us. So please like, share, subscribe. And what we would do now is let's have a look into the Universal Love card deck. So this one has come up, and we do have another deck here tonight that I'm really feeling to look into for my fire signs. So you guys have a different deck come up compared to the other signs too. But we have the Universal Love deck, a Healing Oracle by Tony Carmine Solono, who is one of my favorite artists and a beautiful man. So we'll have a look into that for you guys as well. I'm just going to put some of these cards back. And I just saw a Sag card as I was shuffling as well. I just saw my Eight of Wands. So let's have a look and see what we have for you guys with the Universal Love card come up. I'm actually hearing, it's a song from The Lion King. This comes up when we have some people sometimes that are around from the Lyra Soul Group, which are connected with Blue Soul Group. There are also the cat beings that are more the ET race that look humanoid but have the cat-like features. I'm just feeling them around with you guys as well. Spiritual growth, miracles, and fear. So with the cat beings, they're usually called in to help dispel fear. So really interesting as you guys are going on this spiritual growth journey. And it's definitely around expecting miracles. Now, with fear, it's sort of self-explanatory. We know that anything that's the opposite of love is more kind of aligned to fear, false evidence appearing real. But what we also see is certain truth and certain qualities emerging out of fear. So when we're looking at the false evidence that's appearing real, quite often it will be the opposite to what we need. So if we look at fear as kind of like a homeopathic medicine, showing us like where the healing needs to take place, this is where we'll get the spiritual growth and the miracles appear. Now I'm going to read this spiritual growth card. A lot of the angel ones have wanted me to read them tonight. And I mean, this is such a beautiful card. So let's have a look for this. Okay, so how beautiful is she? I was saying to a client the other day, actually, I would love that dress. Isn't that a gorgeous dress? And this big kind of Mary Magdalene rose that we have here as well. Okay, just letting you guys know we have a spammer on board, and I know that you guys are so smart. You don't fall for any of that because all my bookings are done directly through my website. Let me see. Yeah, so just ignore this person. I've accidentally clicked on them. Oh, cool. So you did a reading for me 2 years ago on JC's Beyond Mystic and saw the Lillian. I'm not too sure what that means. Thank you. So yeah, we've got spiritual growth. So it says here, take heart. This is a time of great spiritual growth. Powerful changes are taking place within you. It is important that you nurture yourself, spend time in nature, Gaze at the stars at night. This is interesting because we had starseed energy coming up with the Lyra energy. So walk along a sandy beach. You will emerge with this from a period with renewed understanding. Powerful pools of knowledge swell from within. So that is my message that I have for my beautiful Sagittarius. And I'd love to hear if you guys have got Sag, whether it's sun, moon, or rising. Have you guys been going through a spiritual awakening? Yeah, definitely lion blessings is what we're seeing. They're just telling me one more card. Oh, it's from the other deck. It's from the animal wisdom card they told me to get out right at the start. And we have wedge tail. Oh, this is cool. Wedge tail eagle. Look at this. Higher realms. So you guys are definitely soaring above in terms of like spiritual connection and things at the moment. Yeah, definitely. You're not spam. It's someone else's spamming. So yeah, let's have a look into wedge-tailed eagle, if there's anything that we need to read for my beautiful Sag. Oh, here we go. Just flick back. So it's about ego connecting to spirit, freedom, flight, wisdom, and insight. So it's also about talking about respect for yourself and surroundings. Others will also follow. Be aware and understand the value of ego. So this is ego in a positive manner. Hello, Oliver, joining us. So yeah, it's just really helping when something feels like it's missing to kind of bring that insight, that guidance, spiritual growth. It's a high-flying guardian. It also is nurturing to your soul. It helps you to gain a higher perspective on things as well. And also respecting yourself, soar above obstacles, motivation, to achieve what it is that you're dreaming. So that's what I have for my gorgeous Sag. Let's have a look into Leo. So if your sun, moon, rising, or your Venus sign is in Leo, it's good to have a look into messages. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I am a sun Leo. I know that we have a Leo moon here tonight. Are there any other Leo moons or suns, risings, or Venuses that we have here? So let's have a look into the general reading for Leo for March. Okay. All right, I'm feeling a little bit of kind of like floating, like it's time to actually come in and ground. I actually feel like to separate and disconnect from the chaos and from anything that feels like it's sort of, lifting up. It actually feels more important to ground at the moment. Whereas for some of the other signs, it actually feels like it's time to kind of get a little bit more, not grounded, but a little bit more connected to the other realms. So we have my 3 little cards here that we'll feel into. Oh, hey, Drew. Lovely to see you here too. So with these 3 cards, what we have, I'm actually getting a vision of someone standing in the center and 2 beings either side. I actually feel like this is sort of like Hierophant, High Priestess energy, where it's kind of like coming into this direction of power. So it's not having to go chase or having to go navigate or be bombarded by things. It really is a grounding and feeling like that you're pulling in this energy to kind of catapult this fire. So let's flip these over. And it's interesting, we have the oppression card come up again. I would say this is part of the dark dream spell that we're breaking. And we have Valerie here. Hi, Valerie. Yeah, please do rewind after we finish and watch for Sag. Interesting psychic gifts and abilities opening for Sag at the moment too. So with Leo, we have Saturn and Sag. We also have Jupiter and Virgo energy, also Jupiter and Capricorn energy, and we have Taurus energy. You guys are emerging out of things that have been holding you back. We've had this for a couple of the signs where there's different things you guys are shifting out of at the moment. You're actually choosing like what direction you want to go in. You're not actually being told what to do anymore. So anyone better watch out who's around a Leo if they've been telling them what to do, because the roar is about to come out. And it's because they're loyal. They take a lot, but when enough is enough, you'll hear that roar. What we're also seeing is a lot of nurturing energy at the moment. I feel that you guys are also creating a new version of self. We've had that come up for a couple of signs too. So we see that in the Prince of Disc with all of these orbs. There might be travel and movement for a few of my Leos at the moment as well. So yeah, that's exciting. We can see a little bit of portal energy. I'm just getting guided to pick some more around this. So let's grab some more on, I'm just grabbing 3 cards, the Chariot and the Hierophant. Okay, there's a surrendering and letting go of anything sort of heavy, especially around travel for Leo at the moment. So that is a really important message. So get into the mindset and the vision of travel. And it's interesting, actually. I remember reading in the astrology magazine that you get, the Astro one that usually goes for the year. I think it was actually next week for Leo is like ideal peak timing. It actually shows travel in your chart. So yeah, surrender to a higher power, the Hierophant, and 3 of Swords, release any sorrow, any heartache, different things like that around travel or just heaviness that's on your heart at the moment. Let's have a look overall what else they want to go into, discuss, and talk about. I actually feel spirit coming in, working like around crown chakra for some Leos as well. So maybe surrendering anything mentally that is weighing you down could also be really good this week. Let's see, we'll flip these 4 cards over. Yeah, it's definitely around surrendering mental side of things. Put out first for what it is that you desire. What is it that you are asking the universe for? What is it that you need to clean up or about your old belief system that is getting reflected to you at the moment? Because it's still kind of holding some weight. It's still sort of sitting there just in the hidden realms. You need to use your words to clear it. So use the affirmations, use the hypnosis, use everything that we know that we can purge old subconscious things out. And let's have a look into Star Tarot. And see what we have here. 3 of Wands, Princess of Pentacles, who's about creating her own reality, but she does it from connecting with God, steps into her own power and self, and does it through the magnetics of her heart and love. So I would say this is a little bit of heart math or a little bit of mind-heart. What's the word I'm looking for in English? Congruency, or kind of like the heart and mind synchronizing to manifest what it is that you want. So I'm just seeing like almost like a sonar wave or a magnetic pulse wave actually rippling out with what it is that you desire and what it is that you want to manifest in the world. So let's have a look into another few cards from Star Tarot is what they want for Leo. So and it's interesting, there's just this perfect peace and stillness that I can feel in the background all of a sudden. So I actually feel it's a reminder to step into this piece. Let's have a look at these 4 cards. We've got the Magician, who is also the Magnus. We have Prince of Wands, 3 of Swords again, and Knight of Swords. Wow. So with this energy, this is my Neo in the Matrix when he actually wakes up and realizes he doesn't need to play by the games and the rules of the Matrix. He actually kind of sets the tone and realizes that everything around him is a program. Prince of Wands kind of starts to make beautiful movement with this, but we have to purge the old mindset, the old, reality that we no longer want. We need to shift that with our words. So Knight of Swords, start speaking what it is that you wish to create in your reality. How do you want reality to show up? Rather than being focused on the old 3 of Swords energy, I really feel this is about speaking the truth of what it is that you desire, what it is that you want. Let's pop these back and we will have a look into the Universal Love deck. Oh, look at this dolphin with the angel relationship. Let's read this one. And I feel there is another one hiding that wants to come and play with us. Sorrow. So that would be a specific message for some people out there, relationship possibly being connected with sorrow, not necessarily the two together, but it could be for some. Let's have a look. So I feel like sorrow is a little bit more self-explanatory. Let's have a look into the relationship one. So, as you are struggling to find a truly loving and meaningful, or are you struggling to find a truly loving and meaningful relationship? If so, then look at the relationship you have with yourself. Our external relationships simply mirror the relationship we have to ourselves. I feel like for a lot of us, we probably need to put this onto our heart chakra at the moment. And remembering dolphins, just how playful they are. They're actually heart chakra animals. And, it is about spontaneity and fun. They do, have their pods, their family soul groups and that. And I think they even mate for life. I don't think they're monogamous, but they mate for life. So they simply mirror the relationships we have with ourselves. What is lacking in your relationship with others is often lacking in the relationship with yourself. Learn to truly love yourself. This is vital if you are giving true meaning to your life. Be loving and honest with yourself and watch your relationship with others transform. So I think we had this sort of energy for, it might have been my Libra, about choosing self at the moment too, and making sure that you have those boundaries. Let's have a look out of the animal oracle. Oh my gosh, guys, same card. So this was after shuffling back into the deck. So we did just read this for the last sign, but it is about kind of like this healthy ego, seeing from like a higher point of view. It is the wedge-tailed eagle, and it represents higher realms. So really kind of like seeing things from a higher vision on what's happening down here in the earth realm side of things, and seeing what's happening with different people, different scenarios, and how you're kind of like having the matrix played out through that version of self, because everything kind of begins from within. So that is what I have for my gorgeous Leos. And I forgot to say, you guys are ruled by the sun, and your main message is to radiate. So please like step into your leadership and power and radiation that you guys just have so naturally. So let's have a look at Aries. And I'm just going to pop this on. So yeah, with Aries, ruled by Mars, so you have this power to initiate, and you also have this beautiful expression of life force energy that you bring with you as well, Aries. You guys are the first ones out of the gate when it comes to, if we're looking at horse racing, Aries is the first one to do things, to get it done. So we all could do with good Aries in our lives, helping to get things done, to lead the way, to hold kind of that fiery baton and torch. So let's have a look what we have for my beautiful Aries energies. I'm actually getting like weird timeline stuff for you guys. I'm seeing things that are coming up, like reflecting on different memories, perhaps even from childhood. They're showing me it's like being aware of the other version of self in the timeline. So say, for example, it might be feeling into, childhood things, or having a vision around it. Oh, and we have Nani. Gorgeous Nani, you have Aries, sun sign, beautiful. Oh, and Poppy, you have an Aries moon. Cool. So yeah. Oh, remembering sun, moon, rising, or your Venus sign. Have a look into the Aries, or if there's someone that you're cross-watching for. And here we are, Oliver, you also have Aries. So with these, we have the 5 cards. I'll just feel into this. Yeah, I'm getting shown, this is interesting. This is perhaps into timing when you're younger, and I'm getting touched on my head too. I feel that this is when you were initiated and learning confidence, when you were perhaps afraid to put that best foot forward. You guys are actually rising to the occasion right now. And I feel that you're getting to reprogram your story around confidence, reprogram your story around being told to be quiet, to sit down, to, not rise up. I actually feel like you guys are now having permission to do that. So, oh, and John's mum. So we have Mildred as an Aries as well. Gorgeous. So let's flip these cards over. And we do have a little visitor coming in from a bit of a parallel reality with my gorgeous Prince of Cups. So with him, I do see him sort of sit between both worlds, bringing messages and, and medicine to us, to our hearts. So he also is a bit of a healer, shaman energy, and Prince of Wands. I feel that this is recreating your story that you may have had, because we don't want to get stuck. We don't want to be like a lost compass, kind of chasing our tail, following the same direction round and round. It is to have that growth, that Mercury Sagittarius energy, because remember, Sag is about like finding the meaning too. So for me, when I get this come up, it symbolizes a quantum jump to me, is what Spirit shows me. So, oh, thank you, John. That's so sweet. So yeah, with this Eight of Wands energy, quantum jump, look into like what Spirit is showing you around past at the moment. Look at like how you might be still playing it small, because I feel like for a lot of Aries, it's actually time to really believe in yourself. Two of Cups, to make connection, to start networking, coming out of your shell a little bit. And some of you guys are natural at this. I do feel this could even be for some that are more of like a moon Aries energy. But we have the card of adjustment. This over the last couple of years has been my card that represents where we are sort of going from third dimension into fourth and fifth. So I do feel this is like your opportunity to quantum jump, to kind of like jump into your power. I feel like it's the gifts and things as well that you bring to the world. What it is that you're releasing is any old stuck memories, thought forms, patterns that we need to purge, to let go of in order to heal and in order to program Knight of Swords, a whole new reality. Look at this. You guys are trying to emerge into this whole other version of self. Eight of Cups. So Eight of Cups, and I don't want to swear because we're on YouTube, but it's a bit like saying effort and just walking away and going, you know what? I'm going to do me. I'm going to walk in that cave. I'm going to be the hermit, and I'm going to come out when I feel like it. So the other card that we have is Two of Wands. You guys have a choice. Now, it might not feel like it, but really feel into it on a mental level, emotional, physical, spiritual level. Thank you, Carol. That's so sweet. I'm going to have to go back and have a look for that. So Carol said, started at the beginning, a beautiful orb gently came in towards your crown. It's interesting because I do feel Spirit around very strongly when we do these star sign readings. So thank you for affirming that too. It's always lovely to hear. So let's have a look into if there's any other messages that we have for Aries coming through my Right Away deck. Okay, we're getting 5 cards also come up. Justice, which we also call adjustment, which we just had in the other realm, or the spread of cards. Interesting Freudian slip. But yeah, we do have where we're moving towards something a little bit more solid, but you guys have got to call it in. Do you know, this has been my strongest message all week, that we need to speak and create our reality. 7 of Wands too. This is the card of valor. It's a card of Leo. I think it's Sag. Is it Leo? Just trying to get the vision of it. Might be Leo and Mars perhaps, but it's an energy of kind of like a warrior. So you guys step into your warrior energy. Don't feel that you have to kind of like be apologetic, to play it small. Any of the, sort of stereotype things, whether it's to be seen and not heard, all of these sorts of things, you guys are purging and changing it up right now. Let's have a look into the Universal Love deck and see what we have for my gorgeous Aries. Just pop these ones back. We'll also pick one of the animal cards for you guys too. You guys are the only ones that got animal cards, the fire signs. This literally just jumped. I don't know if you guys saw me jump when the cards fell out. We have quite a few, but the top one, I'm going to take this one, is transience. So you guys are getting this beautiful transformational energy coming into you right now. Now, I feel like for some of you, it's deja vu. It's kind of like memories of past. This makes sense because we've got the card of dreams. So pay attention to your dreams in the astral. We have the card of answered prayers. There's those angels that are around. The mystic, the moon tree, which sometimes these two, and love, sometimes these two cards, especially if they come up together for me, can be about nurturing your reproductive system. So we could have a few Aries that are maybe wanting to conceive or have a lot of children and things around you at the moment, or perhaps it's even something that you do for work. The other thing that we have is the relationship card. So funny that that comes out after we talk about reproduction and babies and things like that. Oh, cool. Oh, Carol, thank you. I'm going to take a look after the show. I did see a quick flash, but I was not sure. So I bet that was great eye and sensibility. Yeah, true. Thank you guys for like being so alert and catching on to these things that we see. So have a look into the animal cards right now. And Kookaburra. I think we had this come up on Beyond Reality this week too. So this is about laughter. The ironic thing is last night, because this is the Australian deck, what we had last night, it was like 2 in the morning and I was still awake till like 3, but not kookaburras, it was cockatoos. So those white, yellow crested cockatoos were just laughing and going crazy and squawking and squeaking last night. What's interesting is I've never actually noticed before, but right in the background, ever so faintly, you can see the flower of life. So this kookaburra almost knows something about the matrix that we're in. And laughter is kind of the key to breaking out of that or to kind of shifting frequency. I actually feel to pick another one for you guys, Aries. We've got the pelican enjoying life. So, I mean, beautiful messages, enjoying life and laughter. So, this is what I have for you guys for Aries this week. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone that has watched these 12 signs. Remember to check out your sun, moon, and ascendant, and also to use the ticketer that I've got below. If you're booking, please only book from solreta.com. Use the Astro code, which will save you 10% off all of the readings that I have available for this month. So have a beautiful March, and I will see you next month. Thank you, everyone.